Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting one because this is my best of Bring Back My Bar video for January 2023. I love making these videos, whether it's best winter scents, best spring scents, best of Bring Back My Bar. I love taking the awesome fragrances that Scentsy gives us and narrowing it down to what I believe are the best ones of the lineup. So before we dive in, hello, if you're new here, please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you want to become a wickless charm VIP, the link to my Facebook group is down below, and below that is the link to sign up for my next available $59 starter kit and the one to sign up your email to my Wickless Weekly email newsletter. Okay guys, that's it. Let's go ahead and dive on in. So quick rundown, if you don't know what Bring Back My Bar is, Bring Back My Bar is an event that Scentsy hosts twice a year. They allow us consultants and customers to vote for our favorite retired waxes to come back for a full month, and they're eligible to add to Scentsy Club for Always Get My Bar. So we have 25 back in January. A bunch of these were ones that are actually brand new to me, so I was very excited to smell some new scents. And I have found some that I didn't think that I would like. I found some new loves. I found some that I know will be going into my Scentsy Club. I found some that I know I'm going to be grabbing for future seasons, because I think a bunch of these are really great for fall, but then also really great for spring and summer. So I narrowed it down out of the 25, my top 12. And this is, of course, in my personal opinion. So I personally love bakery scents. I love fruity, and I love a good fresh scent. I love woods. I love everything except floral. I like florals, and I like a good fruity floral, but I'm not a fan of floral fragrances whenever it comes to home fragrance. So if I use florals, I like it to be like in my perfume. But I narrowed it down, and let me tell you, this round of Bring Back My Bar is crazy about bakery scents. We have a lot of great bakery scents, some new ones to me. There's been one in particular that I've been wanting to smell and warm for years because I've just heard people talk about it, and one of you commented that it was actually from 2014, and I didn't even know about Scentsy until 2017. So I chose 12 specifically because we do have bundle and save deals. So I wanted to be able to give you a number to where if you wanted to just get a 6-pack, or if you wanted to try all 12 of the best ones, in my personal opinion again, that you could do that and save yourself some money. So you can actually get these at Bring Back My Bar waxes individually, or you can bundle 3 for $17 or 6 for $30. Or if you want to get one bar of all of the 25 cents, you can get that for only $126, which is a $24 savings. So I actually don't even have the samples or the bars in front of me. That's why I have this little paper. I have been warming through these like crazy. So I bought the consultant kit in December. I made my sample packs out of it that my VIPs got to claim. And I have been warming the cubes left over from those kits. So I have almost warmed through all the 25 cents, and I've chosen to warm up my top ones that I already knew that I liked, and the ones I really was excited to smell. I've already warmed those first, so I have a little bit of an opinion on all of the scents performance wise. So no specific order, we're going to go in alphabetical order, and I'm going to try to not talk too long about each scent because I always do. But the first one is Apple Press. And so Apple Press is actually one that I believe it was in one of my first rounds of Bring My Bar whenever I joined Scentsy in 2017. It's never been in a catalog since I've been around, but it is just a great apple fragrance. It's perfect for fall, but it's actually one of those apple scents that I don't think you have to only use in fall and winter. I think it's a year-round apple scent. So Apple Press is the smell of crisp fall days, crunchy apples, juicy pears, and just a hint of the last full roses of the summer. Whenever I smell apple, I automatically think fall, but it says it in the description. It's the last full roses of the summer. It's not just a fall winter scent, and it might not be a fall winter scent for you. I think it's year round. I think it's a very great apple scent. So if you're team apple, definitely try Apple Press from this lineup. Next would be Autumn Blaze Maple. And so I think that this is the first time it has been in a Bring Back My Bar in my almost 6 years. I remember grabbing this one out of a clearance update. And I remember it because at that point in time, we planted a tree in our backyard. We had like just bought the house like that year before, and we were planted a new little baby tree, and I picked the Autumn Blaze maple tree sampling because I had just like tried the Autumn Blaze maple fragrance. So that's why we planted that tree there. But this one was exactly how I remember it. This one is definitely more woodsy, and it's one that I'm going to grab to warm mainly for fall and winter. I don't know if I'm going to add to my club yet, but I might. Autumn Blaze Maple is a bountiful harvest of crisp apples and earthy pumpkins with golden maple syrup, warm cinnamon, and a ribbon of smoldering oak. The oak really gives it that woodsy. I love woodsy fragrances, musky, woodsy, warm, and cozy, especially for fall and winter. The weather right now, I'm thriving. I'm literally, whenever I can go outside and it's a beautiful sunny day, but I can wear my sweatshirt and not sweat and not freeze my butt off, that's whenever I'm thriving. I love a good like 50s to low 60s temperature kind of day. Up next is Autumn Stroll. So Autumn Stroll is actually brand new to me. I don't think I've ever had this one before, but it is Amble under a bright harvest moon, leaves crunching underfoot, as peppery cinnamon mingles with dusky plum and warm wood incense to create a spicy and comforting fragrance. This one is also very woodsy, but it also has that like, let's see, that spicy kind of cinnamon, but not too much. This one is definitely way more woodsy and musky than Autumn Blaze Maple, in my personal opinion. I think Autumn Stroll is a great scent for fall, whenever we're trying to say goodbye to summer and we're about to get all of our fall stuff out. Like, I just think that this is a really, really great scent. So, and it's funny because I feel like a lot of these bars are great for fall, and we voted for this lineup like last July. So it was like right before the fall season was coming. So you can kind of see like what everybody was craving. We were craving like fall and bakery scents and woodsy. Up next we have Coconut Pumpkin Pie. I don't remember when this was released. I feel like it was in a catalog. I don't really know. But Coconut Pumpkin Pie is fall's most delectable dessert. Enjoys an unexpectedly exotic touch as pumpkin puree, grated nutmeg, and maple sugar are heightened by a hint of coconut shavings. This one is just a very nice, it's a bakery scent, it's a pumpkin scent, but it's not overpowering. That coconut definitely comes to play. So if you have been looking for maybe a pumpkin fragrance that maybe you're not crazy about pumpkin, but you want to venture into pumpkin scents and find one that you like so that you can kind of experience pumpkin for fall and winter, or any time of year. You can use whatever scent you want any time of year. Just because I think it's a fall and winter scent doesn't mean you have to think that. But maybe you just don't like too much pumpkin, or you don't like pumpkin spice, you just don't like it too overpowering. I feel like this would be a really, really great starter pumpkin fragrance because, like I said, like it's a nice bakery, yummy pumpkin fragrance, but it's also mixed with that coconut in it, and it helps offset that very stout pumpkin smell. I love pumpkin, but I understand that not everybody wants like a very 100% pumpkin scent. I'm the same way with pumpkin flavor. I've been trying to venture into pumpkins, like flavors and foods and desserts and drinks for fall time, but like I'm not crazy about them all. So it has to be a little bit of pumpkin and a little bit of something else. I don't like 100% pumpkin. Up next we have Cranberry Muffin. And Cranberry Muffin is bursting with bright cranberries enveloped in a buttery brown sugar batter with nuances of walnuts and toffee. Now the thing about Cranberry Muffin is that I don't really get the walnuts and the toffee. Honestly, I get that cranberry and that like brown sugary crust. That's like it really honestly reminds me just of like a cranberry muffin, but I don't really get none of that walnuts, especially the toffee. I'm not too familiar with toffee. Whenever I think toffee, I think of kind of like a caramel, like a stickier caramel type smell flavor. I'm not too familiar with that, but I love Cranberry Muffin. I love cranberry, and this is definitely a great bakery scent, but I for sure get mostly cranberry out of this fragrance. Up next, we have the one that I was talking about before we actually dove into the descriptions. This is Crumb Top. So Crumb Top, I was so excited. I remember watching one of Katie Farner's videos years ago whenever I was just trying to learn about the business and learn more about the product and the fragrances and stuff and the history of Scentsy. And she unboxed Crumb Top, and I was just like, man, that just sounds like a scent that would be right up my alley. And then one of you commented, thank you for the comment, and said that Crumb Top was a brick in 2014, along with another one. What was the other one that you said? I don't remember. Maybe it was Rum Raisin Cookie. I don't know. But Crumb Top, I got everything that I was hoping for out of this fragrance. So I was hoping for a good like base bakery scent that would be good for mixing. So kind of like vanilla bean buttercream and sugar cookie. Like I feel like that is a core bakery scent that you can use to mix with almost anything to create a bakery like recipe, like a bakery. Like you could take a fruity scent and then mix it with this scent to make it a bakery scent. Crumb Top is the perfect blend of oats, butter, and brown sugar to top your favorite dessert. It's exactly what I was hoping for. It's delicious. It has a very good strong throw. I cannot wait to have like full bars of it. Like I said, I had 3 cubes of each bar left over, so I've kind of stuck them in random places so that I could use them up and get whiffs everywhere, but like I haven't actually gotten my first personal order of these waxes in yet, but it was everything I was hoping for, so I was very excited. Up next is Hazelnut Latte, and Hazelnut Latte actually made its way to my #1 spot in this lineup. I feel like I've actually voted for this one several times over the years and it has never come back. And to bring my bar, I really don't think it has, because I just remember always like scrolling and just voting for random ones, like voting for ones that I've never had before so that I can find new favorites, and thinking like, oh, that sounds delicious, and voting for it, and it never came back, but it's back and I am absolutely freaking obsessed. So hazelnut has always been one of those flavors that, whenever I say flavor, I'm talking about like coffee. Y'all know I love coffee. So I've never really tried a bunch of hazelnut flavors because I don't know, like in the back of my mind, I just thought that I didn't like it. Maybe I tried it. Like I feel like I tried, I don't know if Sonic still has them, but I remember like in middle school, I used to go to Sonic. We used to go to Sonic after school, and I would get like, it was like a frozen coffee type drink. And I remember one time I tried the hazelnut one and I didn't like it. But again, that was forever ago, and I guess I've just told myself that I didn't like hazelnut, but then again, I've never really had the courage to try it. So I actually got a lot of little coffee syrup like samples for Christmas, like a whole pack of a bunch of different coffee syrups. And so once I smelled this and knew that I loved it, that next day I made me a hazelnut coffee, and it was delicious. And now like I can't wait until I'm running low on syrups and stuff like that so that I can get some more hazelnut. But the wax is delicious. It is my #1. So Hazelnut Latte is frothy steamed milk, toasted hazelnuts, espresso, and vanilla with a dusting of cinnamon. Make you a hazelnut latte / coffee, add a dust of like cinnamon sugar on top. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. Up next was one that I really, just hearing the description, I don't know if I've ever smelled this one before, but before this round of Bring My Bar, but like I wasn't expecting it to be something that like wowed me. This is Mediterranean Spa, Mediterranean Spa. It says relax with a smooth, fresh, and breezy scent. That's it. So it's like just a small little description. I didn't know that it was going to have a wow factor. I don't know what it is. One of my good friends said that she thinks it has lemon in it. And when she said lemon, I was like, yes, it definitely has like a hint of lemon. But it reminds me of fresh scents like Inhale, Exhale that have like, they're fresh, but they have like a secret undertone of some kind of fruit or citrus. So like Inhale Exhale had kiwi, I believe, in it, and this one just reminded me of, it's a fresh, but it has that wow factor, and it might be lemon, it might be a little lime, it might be orange. I don't know what it is. What do you think? Have you smelled Mediterranean Spa? And if you feel like it has like an undertone, like maybe like a mid-tone or a base note of like some kind of like fruit or citrus, let me know, because I'm really curious to find out. So I like it so much that I put it in my top 12. Up next we have Melon and Apple Granita. So this one was from the very beginning of my Scentsy time. I think it was a scent of the month. I fell in love with it whenever it was already sold out and gone. It came back in a Bring My Bar once, and then this is the second time I believe it's come back in a Bring My Bar. So Melon and Apple Granita is the perfect fruity melon scent for spring and summer. Like, this is the time of year that we want Melon and Apple Granita. I knew that I loved it, so I actually put it in my charm crate for January, so I can't wait to actually make those charm crates and send them out to you guys. But Melon and Apple Granita is crisp apple and sweet melon surged with sparkling citrus. It is sweet and it's fruity, but it's also citrusy at the same time, and it's just absolutely delicious. I love it. I love the melon in it. I really fell in love with like a melon fragrance note from Skinny Dippin', because Skinny Dippin' is like green apple and melon, and it just, I love it. I love it so much. Next we have Peppermint Rush. And so a few years ago, this one probably wouldn't have made my top 12 because I wasn't really into minty scents. It was vanilla mint that changed the minty game for me. And so now I really love peppermint. So we currently have Perfect Peppermint in the catalog, and we've had this one for a few years, but Peppermint Rush, it's been retired for a while now. And so it is peppermint, sweet vanilla, and an accord of freshly fallen snow. It is just a very nice, fresh, crisp, wintry peppermint. And so if you love peppermint fragrances, definitely try out Peppermint Rush. Oh, we only have 2 left. So next we actually have Quiver. So the Quiver is what I'm actually warming in my office right now. I have had it before, and I don't remember being a huge fan of it, but obviously my nose has evolved since then. And Quiver is one of those scents that I never know how to explain, because it reminds me of the like scents like from the Catching Z's collection, like Snuggle Up and what was the other? Shut Eye. That was my other favorite one from the Catching Z's collection. It's those scents that you never really know how to explain. It's just those really sensual, kind of like Cozy Cardigan and scents like Fluffy Fleece. Like, they're just that very nice and clean, but also very, I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't know how to explain it. So Quiver is innocent vanilla flower, warm sandalwood, and sultry, not blooming tuberose in a seductive scent meant to cause a shiver of delight. I feel like maybe Quiver was maybe in like the Scentsy Man collection. What was that called? A masculine. There used to be a collection that was more masculine scents like this. I feel like that description really is the hint to like how this smells. That's just a very sensual and clean and very romantic kind of fragrance. I think it's the warm sandalwood that really ties it together for me personally, because I love sandalwood. Sandalwood is my favorite woodsy note of all time. So, very nice. But last but not least, we have Rum Raisin Cookie. I was happy to get more of this in. Rum Raisin Cookie is freshly baked cookie dough, sumptuously spiced with rum, raisin, and clove. Will transport you to the corner bakery. So a Rum Raisin Cookie is just another very nice bakery fragrance. For me personally, I would probably put it to my fall and winter bin to use during that season, or like right now. But it's definitely one that you can use year round. And if you remember Walnut Raisin Muffin, that was the scent of the month a few years ago. I would definitely, if you liked Walnut Raisin Muffin, definitely give a Rum Raisin Cookie a try, because they're definitely cousins. They might even be twins. They might, not twins, but like brother and sister. They might be siblings. But if they're not siblings, they're definitely cousins. But that's it, guys. That is my wow, that's my top 12 picks. The best of Bring Back My Bar for January 2023. I think that no matter what type of fragrance family you prefer, I think that everybody can hopefully pick at least one new favorite from this lineup. I don't know which ones I'm going to put in a club yet. I will make a video closer to the end of January about which Bring Back My Bars go into my club, like which ones I think are club worthy for Always Get My Bar. But Bring Back My Bar is back, man. It's back until the end of January, and we actually have voting for the July, is it June or July this year? The summer Bring Back My Bar voting starts January 10th, I believe. It starts on the 10th, so definitely be checking for that so that you can vote for more fragrances to come back later this year. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, don't watch me, join me. Please let me know down in the comments what is your best Bring Back My Bar lineup. I want to know. So that's it. Thank you for watching.